I was born in the Untergang, when the old world died. The land we now walk upon was once known as Sweden, ruled by a tribe of diligent builders and fearless warriors. Nevertheless, the Untergang arrived. The sky and earth changed as billions died. Amongst the survivors were a stalwart band of settlers who, surrounded by death, found refuge in the verdant crater. Their new home did not only offer fertile soil, but also treasures from the past, buried beneath. Greed and avarice lured us into opening gates that should have remained sealed. Sinister forces were drawn to our wealth, like flies to a corpse, gathering at the rim that had protected us for so long. I, for one, prayed to Saida that someone, somewhere was willing to make a stand.
Hey you guys! It's me, Waeks, doing a video for ya. We're gonna go ahead and play some Krater. Yeah. So this game is developed by Fat Shark. They're using an engine built by Bit Squad. It's pretty awesome. It's a top-down RPG game, quite similar to some of the other games like Fallout series, like 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2 and Tactics, and then they had Brotherhood of Steel, and that's it. They were working on another one called Van Bond, but this is Fallout, by the way. Fallout was working on another one called Van Bond, but the Interplay company got sold out, so they never got to finish the game. And then they sold the rights to fucking the one company. I forget the name of it right now. Anyways, so that's that game. This is this game. This game was, like I was saying, made by Fat Shark, who also made the game Bionic Commander, Rearmed 2. Right now, them and another company, Fat Shark and another company, and Bit Squad are also making another game called War of Roses. I'll put the link down at the bottom of all the developers' websites and stuff. I would suggest go take a look at it because it looks pretty awesome. It's one of those back of horse type games where you're just mounted running around, slicing and dicing, one of those kind of shit that. Seems pretty awesome. So yeah, this game is about a group of traders, or I guess adventurers per se, running around trying to get to the middle of this crater, trying to get to the center hole. As they're going through, they're going to meet different type of factions, all this kind of stuff, and just, you know, live their lives, I guess you could say. What's really cool with this game is that there's 4 different characters you can pick through. There's a bruiser, a healer, a tech guy, and a slayer. So this is the bruiser, aka a tank. He just runs around, does damage. This is the healer, or medic. In this game they call him a medicus. Well, you know, he's just like every other medic. He just heals and whatnot. Now right here, this is just kind of a tutorial to get you used to the game. I'm gonna skip through all this because, you know, they're just talking and whatnot, so it's not a big deal. So here's the first part that I'm gonna get to. What's it? Oh shoot! I hit the wrong button. So the bruiser here, his 2 skills are mostly made around getting the focus and taunting the enemy to come towards him. So he has a ground stomp, which was that area effect that I had, like that. And with that, in that big circle there, everybody in that big circle gets hit. Everybody in the little circle, the 4-meter radius, gets taunted and comes at them and whatnot. And the other one here is a swinging one. Now this one is swings 180 degrees in front of them. Does a, what is it, 150? Yeah, 100% damage of weapon damage. And also it taunts them, so it makes them want them to hit them, I guess. And this right here is a regulator. This is your tech. Let's quickly talk about the healer real quick. So he has two different ones. He has a heal and he has a neo stream. The heal does 300 healing value with a charge up time of 1.5, and then he has a neo stream that does 120%, and it does it over time as well. So like it just heals you. A lot of the times also you use you can put a buffer on it that will buff them up, save for like strength, focus, intelligence, all that kind of stuff, which is pretty neat. Usually what I do is I throw on a strength buffer on there, or a focus buffer. Oh shoot, I clicked on the wrong one. I'm gonna play on hard mode. The reason why is because normal mode, it doesn't get hard until like way longer and way later in the game. I haven't beat the game yet. I only got to the second village, but I want to play on hardcore mode. The reason why is to give you guys a little bit more of entertainment. So they don't talk. It's mostly reading. I'm not gonna really read too much of it. I'm gonna kind of skim over it with my mouse. And at the same time, most of the time I'll be talking over top of it anyways, so it doesn't matter. So as you can see, what I just did there. Now, why is he not shooting? Anyways, so the regulator has a really far range. So like if I just hit the A button, right, and I just start attacking, he will automatically start shooting first within the area. Bruiser does charge in there and get him going, but he gets hit like a lot, that guy right there. So I'll explain a little bit more later on of why I talked about that. So he has two different things. He has a stun, has an electric charge, has a 5-second, lasts for 5 seconds, and then he has another one which is a cast of area slow. Now that one is with anybody within that area of this little electric charge here will get slown. Now usually I put a buffer, a damage buffer on it, so when I throw it down, it also does damage. I'm lagging out a little bit here. Anyways, so yeah. So that was just the intro tutorial thing. There's going to be another video in a second here, so.
As a mere youth, my prayers were answered in the form of a dauntless band.
The guy that's standing right here beside the bruiser is actually another medic. His name is Dr. Corrales or something like that. I can't pronounce his name. But you get him if you purchase
themselves heading for a northern town. Heeding the call of adventure and coin by joining the service of a respected troubleshooter.
You get him if you buy the collector's edition one that is in the Steam for $19.99. With that you get the game and you also get the soundtrack. The soundtrack is pretty awesome. The guy who wrote it is really, you can kind of see a lot of influence by like the Blade Runner soundtrack and I feel like things like that. So this is your basic town. Right here you have your recruitment officer. So he has a bunch of different people you can buy. So this is the Slayer, by the way. I don't have one yet. You get him later on in your quest. Then you have your greens and whatnot, and then you have your grays and shit. So your green, as you can tell, he has a boost of strength, boost of stamina, because he is a DPS character. He also does have a modified weapon right off the bat, and also his skills are, well, never mind, his skills aren't modified. But then you take a look at the other one here, like for example this one, and it's quite different. Like, well, actually there's no difference at all. But this guy can go up to rank 10 already. See, as the other guy has only up to rank 5. So later on you're gonna have to purchase ranking abilities. Because like same thing with these guys. These guys can only go up to rank 5 as well. But later on, you can go to a boot camp officer, and he will train your character and whatnot. Now, they're saying that you should be able to, you're supposed to be able to customize what your character looks like. So say for example this guy compared to my tank, you're supposed to be able to customize him, but I have yet to be able to figure that out, how to change his armor and all that kind of stuff. But I'm pretty sure I'll figure it out sooner or later. Anywho's, I'm probably gonna purchase one of these guys this time around. Usually I don't. The reason why is because this guy looks pretty badass. I like him. And usually the medics look pretty cool too, but there you go. Look at that. He has a little spinning hat on and whatnot, but I don't know. Probably gonna go with this guy because he has a boost of health, which is a big thing. Same thing with his focus and his intelligence are really high, whereas the other one is just his focus is really high, so he does a lot of damage. But I'm gonna boost up his focus anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna need about 1,000 to get him and the other guy, Omar the finisher. There's no regulators though. Usually there is. Anyways, I usually the combo that I usually do for the game is I usually use one. Use a tank, a healer, and a regulator. I have seen videos of people using 2 tanks and a slayer, and I also have seen a video where they're all tanks, and also all healers. I remember seeing a video of that where there's just a bunch of healers as well. But I usually like to just go with the classic, you know, just the classic one. I guess you can say classics up. I'm gonna explain about the boosters and implants as we level up and whatnot as well. So this video is just kind of an intro video to talk about the game and whatnot. Look out for part 2. Part 2 is going to be a little bit more in depth. So over here we have, like, this is where we get into the more of the I guess you can say market area. Like we have your arms deal over here, sells a bunch of different weapons. Like I was saying, it does have different modifications and stuff on them, so you get the critical hit ones and shit like that. I usually don't buy any weapons because you get a lot. Also, you get a lot of crafting things as well. Like right here, this is a crafting table, so you get a lot of weapons that you can craft, a lot more better than ones you can purchase from the store. Then you got your crafting store. So this guy sells all your different types of craftings, blueprints, and also your crafting supplies, so like your steel parts and your wood parts. Then over here we have your upgrade emporium. So you have your different implants. Then down at the bottom here you have your boosters, which is using the booster window. Again, I'll talk about that as we go along. And yeah, and if we continue on down here, excuse me, later on, usually in the game, usually later on in the town, you're gonna come by your, I guess, your quest master, I guess you could say, the person with the question mark on top of the head. There is people around here that you can talk to. Like, you can talk to pretty much everybody, and they say just little bit things, you know. Sometimes they're hidden quests as well. Like, you go talk to somebody and they'll give you a quest that doesn't have a question mark on top of their head. So this is the doctor. I can't really select him right now because nobody's hurt. Oh, there we go. They'll have like a bunch of lists of when somebody gets hurt and stuff like that. Like if they get knocked down unconscious and stuff. I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna get knocked unconscious a lot because I am playing on hard, which I haven't really played much on. Yeah, so this first quest that you get is a pretty easy one. You just gotta help this lady find out where her son is. Her sons, I guess you can say.
Listen up.
The Boondocks, me, business, blah, 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 talking about why she's recruiting you and all that. Now there's kind of explaining about the different factions around Soulside. Now, the first game here, the one that we're playing right now, is called Shadows over Soulside.
Listen up. Go and investigate.
Sorry, I was just reading over. So there's going to be 3 Well, there's 3 parts in total, so there's going to be 2 expansions after this. And with those 2 expansions, they're going to add on to the world. I'll show you that when we get out into the map. I just want to quickly finish this up so we can. So she's just saying that she lost her kids, and you have to go and look for, I guess, her sons and her daughter. I think one's a girl. And the dog has some type of rabies, so it's attacking people and whatnot. There's a virus going around. A doggy virus. Yeah, one is a girl. I thought so. There you go. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna end it here. So that's just a quick little intro into the game, explaining about the characters, different things like that. Keep an eye out. I'm gonna have video 2 up within the next couple of days.
Good job.
And yeah. Alright, well, I guess I'll talk to you guys later.